So this is the finished raised garden bed by the Roots Refuge in their gardens. So instead of, they use cedar, but we use pine. So it's approximately 4 foot wide. However, with the metal, it's not that wide. It's probably about 3.5 foot wide, because this is actually 4 feet right here, just about. So it's a little under 4 foot wide, and about 13.5 foot long. These two pieces of metal were 7 foot ish, but we're going to measure it later. But this is what it looks like, because none of my white squash came up right here, so we're going to build one here, one over here where my tomatoes didn't come up. But we fastened them with 3-inch. You probably need the 3.5-inch star bit screws, T25s. Okay, so unlike Jessica and Miah, new baby, like I said, we used pine instead of cedar, because it's what we had, what we cut down on the property. And we had this metal already, so we hadn't put no money into this other than the screws. And this black piece of tarp was actually what we had for when we moved our trailer. We had to cover the dirt pad, and it was over 100 foot wide piece of tarp. So I'm putting that in the bottom instead of the, you know, like the mesh stuff you can get for your plants, the weed blocker or whatever you want to call it. So this is made on a budget. We're going to try to use as much filler that we have on our land here, the 6 acres, and as much dirt. We have a burn pile that we burnt down a lot of like trees that were cut, a lot of branches, a lot of stuff we cut off the fence line to clean the fence line up, throwing bark in the bottom. And I'm going to try to find some other filler to put in it. And then I'm going to probably buy maybe a couple bags of topsoil, mix in with this flower and garden mixed soil. It's kind of like mixed a little bit with mulch type material, and it's sea green. So stay green, whatever. And this is what I plant in all my vegetables. And little solo cups. The little $2 pack from Dollar General. They're clear, so I can see the roots, see if they're growing. Instead of having, you know, a colored cup, you can't really see if your stuff's growing because you get antsy. And that's what I used. And I put them underneath my glass outdoor table. And right now, I'm picking up all this bark that we debarked our trees from. Throw it in and find out what else I could fill it up with. Okay, well, I might poke a few holes in the bottom, but this is what it looks like filling it up with the bark. Of course, you know, this will, you know, degenerate over time if we're still here. It will slowly break down like compost, and I figured, don't burn the bark, just fill it up, and it'll make its own dirt eventually, and then you can add more to it as you go. Next garden season. And I'm going to see if I can get me some more. I got a wheelbarrow. I'm going to go up there and try to fill it up with some bark. Sorry, y'all, I'm sweating. So as you can see, it filled it up if you were to get a bunch of bark. So I'm going to spread it out a little bit. Hey y'all, this is actually day 3 of making this because we don't have a lot of time during the day, but hubby's scooping some dirt out of this. But I wanted to show y'all, we layered this whole side with bark, so it's about 3 inches deep with bark. So now we're putting some dirt on top that we had in this bucket to plant stuff. And this is a row that didn't make it, so we're going to scoop up this row and put it all in here just like this. And then we're going to get some topsoil, put on top, and add this and mix this in with the topsoil. Here's Mr. Rob and Daddy Goss. We filled up what we could with the 2 rows, and the mulch, 3-4 inches deep with the dirt. So we need to get a little bit more. So I'm going to try to go up there and look for a pile. I really need 2 more of these beds, actually. I'm trying to finish filling up this garden raised bed planter we made. As you can see, it's a made from, hopefully from other videos, you can see that we made it from pine and metal roofing material or shed material, whatever you want to call it. So far we have pulled up dirt off our property and we've added it in here. I bought some topsoil and some garden soil mix. So I pray that I can get it pretty full so I can plant my plants that are growing too big for the cups. And we're hoping to build another one up the hill. We're hoping to build another one up the hill for the tomatoes. Hopefully this will be for my squash. And we actually dug up these 2 rows that were doing nothing. There's 2 rows actually underneath here that I have for white squash, and they didn't do anything. If you have any tips or tricks, please feel free to tell us or ask us any questions. And we would love for you to subscribe and to follow our family channel. So far, hopefully we could get some nice more raised bed gardens and let y'all see how it progresses, because so far these potted plants that I planted have done really well. I'm gonna go get some more dirt in a wheelbarrow. I'm gonna cut the camera off for a while because of my battery, but I'll come back and I'll show you. I'm gonna try to get maybe another scoop or 2 in the wheelbarrow, well, another wheelbarrow full. Now I can tell you where we're getting this dirt from. We had a couple piles up the hill here. This one here, and there's one over here, but that one right there, that's an old stump. It had a whole lot of dirt, so that's what I'm using, plus putting the topsoil in. But see, this is what I got from that dirt by the stump. It's pretty good dirt, a little sandy, but it'll be good for the bottom. And I'm going to fill this up. I'm trying to get it filled, y'all.
I'm gonna go get me a shovel.
Get you a shovel?
Yeah.
As y'all can see, this is going to take a few trips, but this is what it's looking like. Hey, wheelbarrowing's tough, especially when you go uphill. Anyway. I'm sweating bullets out here. It is hot. So I've gotten 7 wheelbarrow full of dirt around our property, which is approximately fill this up halfway. So I'm about to empty out the soil I bought on top and the mulchy type mix garden soil and mix it all together.
It's so hot. Your thing.
Okay, as y'all can see, I just emptied 6 bags of topsoil. I probably can use 10 to tell you the truth, but don't want to spend too much money. I'm about to empty out some of that stay green. I just empty. I have to tell the measurements in the comments below of the stud green or stay green flower and garden vegetable soil. Now I gotta go get a rake and blend it all together. Okay, y'all, it is done. I might have liked it to have a little bit more dirt in it. I might have wanted it maybe just a little bit higher, but I can always add dirt to it later. But right now I need to get these plants in the ground, all these squashes. That or do my tomatoes here. I'm trying to figure out which one we'll do first. My little cucumbers, my little cucumbers all in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's actually 6 of them. We have one in heaven anyway, so.
1, 2, 3, 4.